Yes. Kali wa kulu.
Testing sound, dear Facebookers. In a comment, please tell me if audio is now clear. A very good evening, Africa. Very good evening, Kampala. Very good evening, Nairobi, Dar es Salaam, Harare, Bulawayo, Johannesburg, Lusaka, Chitungwiza, Gaborone, Addis Ababa, and all the African cities that normally flood these streams when African pole is played, most especially when it is at its best as it is now. Today, we are having yet another money match with international standards on the Monday, 11th of November. This match is being streamed live on two platforms, Break and Finish Live Facebook, as well as Break and Finish Live YouTube. The Facebook video is horizontal, while the YouTube video is diagonal. All matches, both the streams are in real time, and they have the same exact commentary. We have something of an unfinished business between Ibrahim Sejjemba, the Ugandan, is supposed to be taking on Malvin Mza, the Zimbabwean. They are racing to 16, and at stake is $1,000 for whoever wins this match. To present you this match in audio and video, my name is Simon Peter Chove. It is the second frame of the match, and this guy is the one that is trailing Malvin Mza. He is nicknamed Maluva, actual name Mza. Malvin, he was born in Mutare, actually in Harare, the city of the southern African country of Zimbabwe. And as a very young boy, having been born only on the 5th of December 2022, as one of those African ghetto boys that are looking for how to make ends meet in life, he was on the streets of Harare doing some street vending to make ends meet for himself, and he started looking at people playing pool on the streets in some of those different places, playing some local competitions as well as some little money matches. That is how he fell in love with the sport and started playing pool in many of those places, but only casually, only as a very young boy. By then, only the age of 12, 13, and 14. And yes, as he proceeded with the playing pool, while he started out playing for some pool clubs, by 2019, his parents stopped him from playing pool. They fell out of love with the game. He was not in good books with his mother and father because they thought that he was not having for himself a good future by leading the direction of playing pool. And yet, before then, 2017, because some of the clubs in Harare had already recognized him as a potentially good, budding young boy, they invited him to join them and started playing with them in the Harare Provincial National League. He played with Pachedu Polo Club in Highfield in 2017. Later in there, he also played with the Silver Stream Club, also in Highfield. Another team that is also called Pachedu in the Central Business District of Harare. Also, he played with for part of the year. He also played with One Room Club before signing with the Kings Polo Club away from Harare in the city of Bulawayo. And from there, recently he signed with now his club, that is Tigers Polo Club in Harare. He was signed with for a sum of $800, which is not bad money for just a guy to play 1, 2, 3, 4 games in a week for his team, but so many other benefits that come with that signature, including stuff like facilitation for travel, things like match allowances, some favors, and stuff like that. He has won a few trophies, his best year up to present date, as Ibrahim Sejjemba pots black to make it most probably 2-0 if he puts the black to the center pocket now. His opponent, Malvin Mza, did win 5 championships of the National Elite Pool Association of Zimbabwe, NEPAS, in 2023, because those are the elite players competitions, and he won 5 of them, a statistic that officially made him the best player in Zimbabwe, at least at the start of this year, especially winning the NEPAS event in Chitungwiza and Harare. He has also up to date won 8 weekly comps in Harare, was also the Super 16 competition winner in Zimbabwe in 2022. And of course, he has ventured outside of his country in Zimbabwe. Like you can see now, just days ago he was playing the Super 8 comp. He reached the semi-finals. He also reached last year the last 16 of the Queen's Sports Club double elimination competition. The tournament that was won by Stanford Griven Ginter, who beat his current opponent now in the final. His best was reaching the semi-finals of the Grand Michana Open Championship, a tournament that had all of the best players from Africa in one competition. 128 of them from Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, South Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia, South Sudan, Botswana, and the like. And from all of them, he came on number 4, a very respectable fourth. He has also featured for the Zimbabwe national team so far only once at the age of 22. Last year at the age of 21, he was part of the team that came third at the All Africa Pole Championships in Johannesburg. Also earlier this year, participated in the World Hebo Championships for the very first time and reached the round of last 64, the last round before the prize bracket, and was one of the best performing African players. Apart from being a pool player, he is a businessman. Malvin Mza is the owner of the Maluva Pool Arena in Harare, which has 4 tables like the one you're seeing and 1 Hebo table, which at that age, that guy owns it by himself. And while Ibrahim Sejjemba is a little bit older, 3 years older than Maluva, he's aged 25, has been around the sport a little bit longer, maybe much longer. He was a very good trainee with the team in the Uganda Pool League that was called the Mambule Pool Club by 2013, but he was too young to be accepted into the league because it was sponsored by a beverage company. And yet, when the beverage company went out of the sport in 2015, he got signed with the Capital Night Pool Club already as a very good player. The 3 years for which he participated with the Capital Night, in the first year, he was a very good player with no achievement. They were relegated to the promotional league, that is League 1. Then the following year, 2016, they got promotion back by winning the promotional championship. And yet in 2017, Ibrahim Sejjemba inspired Captain Knight Pool Club to winning the Uganda National Pool League title, the senior league, for their first and only time. Of course, he has moved on to play with Ntinda Giants Pool Club as well as Mbali Pool Club, all of which teams he has been winning league titles for them as he gets himself into pole position to make it 3-0, maybe, as long as he puts this black after putting the red to the corner pocket on the top left. Ibrahim Sejjemba is also one of the most decorated players in Uganda in the league, also a winner of 2 tournaments of the Pool Association of Uganda. That is, as he goes 3-0 now, he won the Christmas Cup title 2018 as well as the King of the Table Championship in 2022. Outside the Pole Association of Uganda, he has won 2 big international competitions. That is the Matthew Ngulube double elimination competition that happened in Lusaka, Zambia 2020, as well as the Grand Michana Open Championship in 2022. He also came second in the Billiards Cafe double elimination competition in Zambia, Lusaka 2023. He has also won multiple competitions in Uganda, weekly comps as well as individually organized competitions. Upper Volta double elimination comp twice, Amigos Kansanga double elimination annual competition also twice, Mango Open Championship, end of year championship in Masaka, amongst a multitude of others. The 2 players prior to today have faced off twice in 2 different competitions. One of them that did happen only about 8 days ago, a weekly comp that was organized in the district of Wakiso in Uganda. The first competition in which Maluva did participate, he lost out to Ibrahim in the second round 4-1. The final score was, the first time they did compete before then was the semi-finals of the Grand Michana Open Championship. I was telling you about where Maluva reached the semi-finals. He was beaten by Ibra, who also went on to win the competition itself. But in the semi-finals, the rest to 9 it was, and it ended very convincingly 9-3 with Ibra the lead definitely because of his experience, his stature, the number of accolades Ibrahim Sejjemba has won, as well as the fact that he is at home. In my opinion, he starts this match as a big favorite. That doesn't mean that Malvin Mza cannot cause harm on him. In the meantime, after 3 games played, with the scoreboard being representative of the players' respective national flags instead of their players' names, it is Ibrahim Sejjemba 3 and Malvin Mza 0 in a race to 16. Live commentary shall be resuming shortly.
Take a little time.
A little bit more history of this match. These two guys, after facing off last year at the Grand Mchana Open, it was their first time that they were facing off. Of course, Ibrahim Sejjemba, the eventual winner, having a big win on Malvin 9-3 at the semi-finals. Then when Maluva made a visit of Uganda, a tour of Uganda with his international colleague Eshka Chimbwanda, one of the players against him he was scheduled to face was Ibrahim Sejjemba. That match that was supposed to happen at Dice Lounge in Kampala 3 months ago, the match was scheduled at around this time. And then Ibra arrived around 1.5 hours later at the venue. Maluva said, "I am not going to play because you have not kept time." Something that caused something of a hitch on social media, because comments and opinions were awash against Ibrahim Sejjemba and uploading Maluva for somewhat that kind of professionalism. Of course, it got Ibrahim a little bit of trouble with his management team. The rest, they say, is history, because they were able to make amends. But what Maluva did not help make amends with is the fact that when he came back to Uganda, yes, about 10 days ago, if not 9 days ago today, of course, lined up to play Ibra. Remember, yesterday he had a money match with Ibrahim Kayanja, and yet after the money match, as Maluva invited Ibra to have this match today, he called him a small guy who plays like he doesn't want to play. Something that most of you have had so much comedy about. It is a reason why Ibrahim Sejjemba, I want to think that he's taking this match a little bit personal. He decided not to make any response to Maluva. He's deciding to make his response on the table, because that is the only way he knows how to respond anyway. And yes, I did run an opinion prediction poll about 3 hours ago, if not 4 hours ago. More than 1,000 of you did cast your votes, and about 60% of you did predict that Maluva was winning this match. That was your opinion. Now the only opinion that matters is what happens on the table. It is Ibra having a 3-1 lead. That one is the first big miss of any ball by Ibra in this match. And for the 2 times that Maluva has been coming to Uganda, including right now and even 3 months ago, in both of which times he's played races. If you exclude the tournaments, this is the first time that he's gone 3 games down. He moves so fast out of the blocks. He normally takes the leads irrespective of whom his opponent may be. Against Ganda, against Saif Hamad, against Joseph Kasozi, twice against Ibrahim Kayanja, twice against Dog City, twice against Caesar. Maluva is the guy that was taking the lead to start with. After 5, 6, 7, 8 games, he was always leading. He is in a situation I have not seen him against any Ugandan before, or against anyone in his tour of Uganda before, being 3 games down. And this is a test of his stamina now. His playing ability is not in doubt, not at all. His longevity in long races is a little bit suspect. Ibra's playing ability is distinct and different from Maluva, but also not in any doubt in terms of talent. And you're listening to a guy that has seen Ibra from day one as a pole player. He's always looked like a champion. He has indeed become. Personally, I am not so surprised whatsoever. I just think that probably good stuff from the little magician are about to come more. Maluva has just played himself in a little bit of trouble here. The 3 raids he's having are too bad or too dead for his liking. He has a sight of 2. Maybe he'll be trying to play safe, hiding the white ball behind the white or behind one of the reds, just to stop Ibra from being able to play clearly any of his balls. Indeed, he has denied Ibra clear sight, but clearly Ibra can see that yellow ball to the center pocket on the right, playing it direct or maybe off the cushion. And as long as there is good reaction of the white ball against his other yellow, it should be good for a clearance. I know he'll be playing the shot so slow, most especially off the cushion, maybe off one yellow and then onto the other yellow. Yes, off the cushion, it is sunk in. He has white ball, not so beautiful but good enough at least to make a pot. In the meantime, the umpire of the match is Henry Joko, umpire of the Polo Station of Uganda and a former pole player. In himself, in his playing days, was with due respect a very poor player but as an umpire he's doing a pretty fantastic job. What hasn't been a pretty fantastic shot is the last by Ibrahim. he may be happy with himself, Ibrahim, the fact that he has denied the Maluva at least the kind of white ball he wanted. Maluva will be hoping to try and pot a ball, and if he does, maybe he will be good to go for frame number 2. Where will that red ball rest? I think that will do. The shot was a little bit lucky, but it will do. Malvin could decide to start with any of the reds. The one he's looking at is the safest, in my opinion. Either way, as long as he can make a pot, he will need to pot the red ball off the cushion and then off the yellow. He goes direct and off the yellow, and he sinks it in. This one is a game he knows that is stealing away from Ibra, and Ibra knows that this one he is losing a second out of 5, drawing the white ball leftwards. The movement of the white ball intercepts the black a bit for Maluva's liking. He still has chance to try and put that black ball to the same corner pocket where Ibra has a yellow on the top right. There he goes, off the cushion, off the yellow, not really. And it will be very unlikely that Maluva will be winning this frame, especially for you who does understand black ball rules. You'll be knowing that Ibra will be playing snooker, and it will be very unlikely that Maluva will be finding his black, most especially for the fact that it is right in front of a yellow. That is the snooker. The biggest likelihood as Maluva tries to find the black is that he could put that black ball but off the yellow, because the space between the yellow and the cushion is too little. Nonetheless, a legal shot is possible, but Maluva will try. Umpire Henry Joko grants him to start playing cushion first. There he goes, there he goes. This one should be loss of frame foul. Oops, the guy finds the black. That one is the best shot of the day so far. Pinpoint accuracy from the Harare Express. My goodness. Almost just enough space for him to pass that white ball. That is a sign of too much training, too much precision, also too much talent, too much precision, too much confidence, too much Maluva. Malvin Mza 2, Ibrahim Sejjemba 3, race to 16. And yes, for those of you who are watching from the Republic of Zimbabwe, as your guy continues to internet, this one will be his last bit of action in his second advent of Uganda. And irrespective of what the result of this match is, this one is already a successful tour. In my opinion, it is way better than the first. A little bit of a few signs of what did happen in the first, but there have been some improvement. His longevity in long races remains a little bit suspect, but at least it is better. His results have also been better. He has participated in 2 tournaments, one of them the Super 8 comp. Did take down Tanzania's finest in Saif Hamad, then lost out the semi-final to a guy that you'll never be ashamed to lose to, that is Caesar Chandiga. He also lost the 3rd place match to Jeremiah Naido by decider. And given the stature of Jerry on the African continent, losing to him by decider, which decider he broke and finished, I don't think that Maluva will go back a happy guy. He has also beaten about 3 Ugandans in money matches on their own home turf. The national team captain in Habib Sebuguzi, also, as well as Ibrahim Kayanja. That match that did happen yesterday. This one, it will not be easy for him at all to win. But if he does win Malvin Mza somehow, then there is no reason as to why there shouldn't be fireworks in Harare. He will be having a very happy face as he boards his Uganda Airlines flight tomorrow afternoon. That is the combination shot from Ibra. A match that is being timed to 60 seconds per shot on the request of Maluva. He says that Ibra's style is to frustrate his opponents by wasting too much time before playing. That's why Maluva said he can only play if it is a timed race. The agreement was that the race be timed to 60 seconds per shot. That's why you see umpire Henry Joko, every time that a shot is taken, you see him press his stopwatch he's holding in his hand and looks at it. Time taken before the shot is made. Second time that Ibrahim is being subjected to a 45-second per shot race. The first one he did win against Dog City, pretty convincingly, by the way. If I'm not mistaken, it was 21-12 or something. That was a little bit misfortunate from Ibrahim. His intention was to draw the white ball backwards off the cushion, find that yellow ball which is near that center pocket on the left actually. What happens is that ball, he's gotten himself snookered. He can only see one of his two yellows, the one closest to your screen, but on the right, that one he can see. Whether or not he can pot it is a different matter altogether. But these are big boys, not in terms of body size, but in terms of what they can execute on the pool table. Ibra trying to find one of his yellows. Actually, he's snookered totally. Plays off the cushion and off another cushion and finds his yellow. But Maluva will be happy for the fact that he has at least a chance to play again. At one time, you did think that this frame for Maluva was as good as gone. Now that is the second snooker. This time, Maluva himself, he knows it that to stand the chance of trying to take down Ibra, all aspects of his game Maluva have to come into play. Because the guy he's playing against is not only more experienced, he's also more accomplished and has a perfect head-to-head performance statistic. The two times that these guys have taken on each other. And thank you for Africa. Thank you, Africa, for subscribing to these platforms and always watching these games every time that they are streamed. I also want to thank in a special way the Advanced Talent Agency that are the reason, in a way, why this match is happening, because it is part of the Super 8 comp, which was organized, facilitated, and sponsored by the agency. While the ATA does work on new internet that will be used on the website as time goes by. Today's games and tomorrow's games are being given to the stream of the Break and Finish Live Facebook and YouTube respectively, absolutely free. Another thing that is absolutely free is the way Maluva has granted frame number 6 to Ibra, who now is up against the black for the 4th time as compared to Maluva's 2. Yes, 4-2 now, the little magician in the lead. And thank you for watching. Yohana Gomez, are watching on YouTube. You're saying the small guy has become big. Saliz Mudali, thank you for watching. You're supporting Maluva. Angeline Mitchell, you're watching from Nairobi, Kenya. YouTube, thank you for watching. Gary Chibuta, thank you for watching. Sindani, thank you for watching from South Africa, supporting Maluva. I think it is SADC region interests. Saliz, thank you for watching. Takudzo Mudzingwa, yes, supporting Maluva, also watching on Break and Finish Live YouTube. Serenjoji Farouk, thank you for watching as Maluva breaks frame number 7. Thabisa Bima Suelo seemingly supporting Ibra, saying there is a reason they call him the killer, watching on YouTube. Gaddafi Eagle Eye, thank you for watching. Lubega Shaif, Traimos Mango, you're watching from Lubumbashi. King Kapota, supporting Ibra. Inyoda, you are watching from Lilongwe. Brighton, Chino Timber, thank you for watching. John Tiawe, supporting Ibra. Terence Chingwede, thinks Maluva will win. Enoch Sembezeya, thank you for watching as well. Elton, yes, thanking me, and you're supporting from Zambia. I'm also thanking you for watching from Zambia. Christopher Mutara thinks Maluva will win 16-14. It is early days yet. Tanaka Stephen Moyo, you think that Maluva will win this one? Morris, thank you for watching. Pablo from Zambia. Kamagisha Daniel in Ginger. Bomberman from South Africa. Ngetha Elliot from Kenya. Sam Sichinga, thank you for watching. You think Maluva has to improve his breaks? That one is a definite yes. He's been breaking poor, and of course he tried to recover that frame which he lost to gift Ibra a fourth. Is one that will be haunting him for some time as this match goes on and on and on. We are at Addis Sport. Tomorrow, Hazard versus Jerry. That one is even more interesting. But before Hazard faces Jerry, Maluva will be facing his Uganda Airlines flight to go and meet the people home again after entertaining and I believe making them proud for the last 11 days or so. Nathaniel Nams, you're watching from Zambia. You think both are good players and you want the best to win. Christopher Mutara, thank you for watching. Tabisa Mosweru. That is the English language being spoken on the white ball by Ibra. Where he ages Maluva is that little extra bit of maturity. As long as Ibra's attacking game is on, you think that this match will be winning. But as long as sometimes he makes mistakes as those, it can be anyone's game. Remember that Maluva's attacking form, attacking style is a little bit more beastly than Ibra's. And whatever is the outcome of this match, I expect outburst on social media this evening all the way up to tomorrow morning, and it will only stop when the match between Hazard and Jerry starts. Here comes Mr. Apple, as he's called by nickname. Also Maluva is a nickname, while Ibra is nicknamed Mayweather, as he grew up as a childhood fan of the American boxer Floyd Mayweather. He's also called the Little Magician. He's also called the Killer. That one was so close to him winning this frame in what would have been a very magical way. Should that red ball have gotten sunk? That was the more crucial shot of this frame. The one that he couldn't afford to miss. It is the one that he has spotted. Nonetheless, he's still in a little bit of trouble, having to make a clearance of this yellow game. 5 yellows, all of them not positioned well at all for Maluva's liking. If he had the chance to snooker, he would play snooker. He will be counting on the fact that Ibra has that bad yellow ball, the one near the red ball, which Maluva is using as basis to have some hope. He's forcing Ibra to put his only good red ball. Maybe play to simply tap on it and not put If he plays that red ball that is touching the yellow near the center pocket on the left, he will most likely not be potting Ibra, and yet he would have opened Maluva's own yellow game. That is good game reading from Maluva. But Ibra will have a chance to redeem himself by simply rolling that white ball. As you can see, his intention was to play snooker. What he has intended, he has achieved exactly that. Maluva has sight of one of his yellows, but it is the worst of his already bad yellows. He actually plays a defensive shot, and it's a very good safety. These are brains at work, maturity at its sublime best from both of these players. And just have a feeling that this frame will be won not by the player who shoots best, but the player who thinks wisest. Is it the chance Maluva has been looking for? Because now you see that yellow ball that is near the red ball. As long as he can pot it, he leaves himself good white ball to try and pot the other two yellows to the center pocket on the left. That was not good execution by Ibrahim. There he goes and opens up the bad yellow. He now leaves himself an open game, a game that he would win any time, any day. Most especially when up against an opponent he just mocked a little less than 24 hours ago. Calling him a guy that plays as if he doesn't want to play. Maluva now needs to show us how he plays like he does wanna play. I've never seen such kind of banter in pool. Normally it's for boxing. I actually loved it. Maluva is now up against the black to try and become within one game over Ibra. The black is rolled to the center pocket on the top left and pulls one back. A few Ugandans are supporting him. Of course, the majority of them are supporting their home guy. Nonetheless, it is Ibrahim Sejjemba 4 and Malvin Mza 3.